Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a children's oracle and affirmations for today. Today is Christmas. Today is Thursday, December 25th, 2025. You may follow me on the attack, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's affirmations for our kids. And as always, adults, if it resonates, it resonates, right? We're all big kids. So we're going to use Conversations, Mindful Practice cards for kids. I already pulled 2 because we were kind of going through the stack and everything when I stopped doing kids readings. We got the Pure Potential, Positive Affirmations for Children, whether you're 7 or 77. This is Kisses from Ibiza, ibizatarot.com. You can also find this in her Etsy shop. And then we got motivational cards for kids, little magical words. And this was just a little cheapy deck I got off Amazon for I think less than $10. I pulled 3 cards from each of those decks. So, mindful practices. Synchronized movement. And these are just activities that you can do with your kids. Some of them are mental, some of them are physical. Objective: to cultivate mindfulness and nonverbal communication through synchronized movement. Players pair up and stand approximately 6 feet apart facing each other. Both players lift their hands, palms facing their partner's palms. The distance between their palms should be close but not touching. Pairs silently decide who will be the initiator and who will be the follower. The initiator begins to move their hands slowly and mindfully, initiating gentle and deliberate movements. The follower mirrors the movements of the initiator, attempting to synchronize their movements as closely as possible. Both partners aim to move at the same time, focusing on the subtle cues and nonverbal communication. After a period of synchronized movement, the roles of the initiator and follower can be switched, allowing both participants to experience each role. Mindful poetry reading. Y'all know I like to read, so. Objective: to engage with the beauty of language and enhance mindful appreciation through poetry reading. Provide participants with a selection of meaningful and inspiring poems or quotes. Instruct them to choose one and read it aloud slowly and mindfully, paying attention to the rhythm and the meaning of the words. Pardon me. Encourage them to reflect on the emotions and thoughts evoked by the poem and discuss their interpretations. Guide them to find personal connections and inspiration in the poetic expressions. Materials: poems or quotes collections, printed or digital. We've got butterfly. Like a butterfly, you're always growing and changing. Embrace your transformation. Kids are not always just growing physically, they're growing mentally. And experts, parents, people that deal with children will tell you that children are like sponges. They absorb everything. That's why when we talk about the innocent, right? They're innocent, they're pure energy. What you do, what you say, how you treat them, they take all that on. They carry that through them through to adulthood when they have their own children and their own grandkids, right? Everything gets passed down through the generations. And sometimes they turn into what they were exposed to, right? Sometimes. So treat your kids good, treat your kids fair, love your children, treat them with respect, treat them like Adults. And I don't mean that in a gross, nasty way. You know I don't mean that like that. I mean treat them with respect and kindness. And don't call them names and don't treat them like they're morons. Like they are children. They are taking on everything that you give them. I just said a sponge. A sponge. Expansion. All right. Explore. There's a whole world out there waiting for you. Embrace your curiosity and explore. Pardon me. My hair is all over me. Oh, I gotta move my knee. We got friend. Your empathy touches everyone around you. Continue to be a good friend to all. I think when we're kids, that's the opportunity. That's when we have the opportunity to grow and become empathetic and become friendly and care for others. And it isn't until we're older and we realize like there's negativity out there, there's users out there, there's abusers out there. They're going to find that out on their own. You don't need, I mean, you can tell them that, right? But you should encourage your kids to have friends. Should encourage your kids to get out there and live their lives. And you should encourage them to be friendly and empathetic and arms wide open. You should encourage them to be intuitive. You should encourage them to be psychic. You should encourage any type of gift you see in them. That's only going to increase their odds to get through adulthood less damaged, right? Like, how many times have I said that I wasn't encouraged to use my intuitiveness or my psychic ability or acknowledge anything that I witnessed as a kid that was supernatural, paranormal? I was never encouraged to do that. And when I talked about it as an adult, my parents would look at me like, they didn't help me. I mean, I love them, but they didn't help me. Help your kids. That's what you're here for. You had them to bring another human being into this world. Make sure you're bringing a well-rounded, stabilized, responsible, capable person into this world. It's the whole point. Last 3 cards. I see the good in myself. I am in charge of my life. And I am helpful. Again, all things that could resonate for you as an adult, aka a big child. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you share these words of wisdom with your kids. I hope, as always, you tell your kids you love them because that's all they want. I'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.